Why is it called a copycat? Because
it
copies.
it copies itself.
And it's made out of cats.
Yeah.
Hi folks, Nathaniel here at Chicago Music Exchange. I'm joined by Dan Lump, one of our vintage buying team. How's it going, mate?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing very well, I must say. Shoes,
Thank you.
looking sharp. Facebook advertising, you said?
Yeah, the one time I got it right.
They targeted you specifically. That's never happened
You know,
to
I
me.
like these.
Yeah. Right, so we are here today to talk about the Watkins Joker amps. Now, me being so naive or whatever, or ignorant, I'd never heard of these.
It's a very rare amp. Watkins, I think, doesn't get the recognition they deserve. For the people who know them, they really love them. But it's not like a household name the same way that Fender and Marshall is.
Right.
Even though they were there right in the beginning. They were one of the first amp manufacturers. The first production amp came out in '57. The most famous amp, the Dominator, came out in 1960, and that was built for a couple decades, a few different iterations, but that's the one with the V front.
Right.
We had one a while ago.
I think we had one,
Yeah, very cool amp. It's a 210, the speakers kind of point outward. Then in '62, they came out with these, and they consider it their greatest design. And it really is wild.
Yeah.
There's so many features packed into it. You have tremolo, there's an actual tape echo built into the amp. Crazy design. There's a mic stand. It's just all in every feature and bob and whistle you can put in an amp.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I like it. Is it going to drop? Oh, there we go. So these are both extremely rare, as you were saying. Now, this one actually used to belong to Richard Fortus. It's pretty cool. And this one actually used to belong to Josh Klinghoffer and the case as well. So it seems like, you know, top players really like these amps.
Yeah, exactly. It speaks a lot to the quality of these things, that the two we have both belong to verified megastars.
Yeah. Have you ever seen one of these in person before?
I have not. So yeah, the fact that we have two at the same time is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Now, I mean, is there many of these kind of surviving in the world these days, or are they falling
Not
apart?
really. One of the downfalls of them, even back in the 60s, was there's so much going on. These have 11 tubes in them because it's tube-driven tremolo. It's a tube tape, tube preamp, tube power amp. So there's just tubes all over the place. There's so many things that can break. Tape echoes, you know, it's a moving part, so there's things to break in there.
Yeah. There is a lot going on there. Look at the tape. That is cool to see the tape, though, I've got to say.
Yeah, so this back here is the famous Watkins copycat. They were one of the first people to make a portable tape echo machine in the mid-50s, and for this amp they decided to build it into the amp. which is pretty crazy. I don't know of any other amp.
I was going to say, they were the first?
Believe so.
And one
Best
of the
of my
only.
knowledge, yeah. Other fun fact, this, to my knowledge, is the first amp to have a master volume.
Oh, really?
A lot of people think it was Dave Reeves in the later 60s, but this is 62.
Oh, wow. Well, I had no idea. So yeah, I mean, there's an awful lot going on. Tremolo, echo. I can't see with the light. More echo. Yeah, I mean, it's got all the echo you could ever need. Echo control, reverb, swell. What does that say? Halo repeats.
Yep.
I mean, there's an awful lot going on. You
there's so
can't
much.
touch the tape though, right?
No,
That's not me trying to be funny. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I would
how
recommend-
delicate would you have to be with that?
It's not so much it's gonna break, but if you get oil on the tape,
Right.
it's gonna affect the quality of the repeats, and it's gonna dirty up the heads.
But I was going to say, like, what about dust in the air? Like, will dust not gather on that?
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah.
These typically came with spare tape tape loops that were built into this cover here.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any with this, but you can still find them.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
Oh.
they just use as a tape loop, which is more convenient than a cartridge like you would find on like an Echoplex or something.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Now, I mean, when we plug this in, I don't know, you're probably not going to be able to see from the angle, but that's like a little kind of light that comes on. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's like an indicator for the delay.
For the delay, which is cool to see. Now, obviously, we've got the Watkins here. What are the WEM speakers doing next then for?
So for a lot of people, they're probably more familiar with this name, the WEM.
I've seen them.
Made famous by so many artists, David Gilmour being a big one. He used the cabs. So WEM and Watkins are the same company. They rebranded in 1964.
Okay.
But just Watkins Electronic Music.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
But we got these in recently. It's the famous kind of Starfinder grill cloth.
Yeah.
Because they were also a huge name in the PA world.
Yeah.
And these are a couple of PA columns that we got in recently.
And these are ours, right? These aren't for sale, I believe.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
These they just look too cool to
They
give
look
away.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
we gotta
it.
have them.
It's nice for the room. So here, seeing me in the videos, we're actually going to try a new little segment called The More You Knowledge. very original idea. Great idea from you, I believe it was. Your complete original idea.
Sure, I'll take credit for it.
So here we go. In 1949, Watkins and his brother Reg opened Watkins Electric Music, a record shop in Tooting Market, London. 2 years later, the brothers relocated to the shop in Balham and began selling accordions and guitars. In 1967, he approached marquee club owner and Windsor Jazz and Blues Festival organiser Harold Pendleton with an offer to design and build a 1,000-watt system, far more powerful than any PA system at that time. Now, this would make it possible for the famous festival to expand its audience size significantly. Pendleton accepted, and Watkins delivered the 1,000-watt system in time for the event. However, the PA system was so loud that local residents complained to the authorities, who levelled charges against Watkins and attempted to regulate the volume of the festival. Watkins was later defended in court by the Right Honourable Quintin Hogg, where the case was dismissed. The more you knowledge. So, two very rare amps owned by reputable players, Josh Klinghoffer, Richard Fortus. Very cool. So we may never see one of these again, right?
It's unlikely.
It's unlikely, so that makes it kind of extra special, extra cool. I'm looking forward to playing them. I'm looking forward to hearing you playing them. Any closing comments on our Watkins before we say goodbye to them? See you next time.
Perfect.